The foundation of creating wealth. Episode 2. There's a science to getting rich. If you want to build real wealth, you must first understand this. Wealth is not random. It is not luck. It is not reserved for a chosen few. Wealth is created through a process, and every strong structure begins with a foundation. Most people spend their lives chasing money without ever understanding the laws that govern it. They look for shortcuts, tricks, hacks, or secret formulas. They jump from one opportunity to the next, hoping something finally works. But without a strong foundation, nothing lasts. Just like a building without a solid base, any wealth built without principles will eventually collapse. True wealth is not built on chance. It is built on understanding. And the first part of that understanding begins in the mind. Your mind is not neutral. It is always working, shaping your decisions, filtering what you notice, and guiding your actions, whether you are aware of it or not. If your thinking is confused, your results will be confused. If your thinking is weak, your outcomes will be unstable. But when your thinking is clear, focused, and aligned, everything you build becomes stronger. This is why the foundation of wealth is not money. It is thought. Your thoughts shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your choices. Your choices shape your habits. Your habits shape your results. If your thinking is flawed, everything built on top of it will be flawed. That is why no strategy, no system, and no opportunity can save someone who refuses to think differently. Wealth begins the moment you stop seeing money as something outside of you and start understanding that it is a result of how you think, decide, and act. Another critical part of this foundation is clarity. Most people say they want wealth, but they have no idea what that actually means. They use vague words like success, freedom, or financial independence, but they never define them. And vague desires produce vague results. Clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, your mind becomes focused. You stop drifting. You stop guessing. You stop reacting. Instead, you begin directing. When your goal is clear, your brain automatically starts scanning for opportunities, ideas, connections, and pathways that match it. You begin to notice things you would have ignored before. You begin to think differently. You begin to move differently. This is not magic. This is alignment. And alignment is one of the most powerful forces in wealth creation. The next part of the foundation is responsibility. Not blame. Responsibility. Blame weakens you. Responsibility strengthens you. Blame says, "This is happening to me." Responsibility says, "This is happening because of choices, patterns, and thinking, and that means I can change it." When you accept responsibility, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for luck. You stop waiting for rescue. You become the builder. This is where most people fail. They want wealth, but they do not want ownership. They want results, but they do not want accountability. They want outcomes, but they resist change. But wealth does not respond to wishes. It responds to alignment, discipline, and intention. Another essential part of the foundation is patience. Real wealth is not rushed. It is constructed, brick by brick, choice by choice, decision by decision. Every strong structure takes time, but once it is built correctly, it lasts. When people rush wealth, they skip steps, and skipped steps always show up later as problems. Patience is not passive. Patience is strategic. It means you're willing to build correctly instead of quickly. And finally, the foundation of wealth is identity. Not what you want, who you become. Wealth does not come to people who wish for it. It comes to people who become the kind of person who can hold it, manage it, grow it, and protect it. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, you will unconsciously create struggle. If you see yourself as someone who lacks, you will unconsciously create lack. But when you shift your identity, your self-image, your behavior follows. And when your behavior changes, your results must change. Wealth is not something you stumble into. It is something you construct intentionally, deliberately, and intelligently. And every great structure begins with a foundation. In the next episode, we will go deeper and explore how your thoughts become the blueprint for your financial reality. How what you consistently think about, believe, and expect becomes what you experience. To help this sink in, reread or replay this episode once or twice to absorb the principles fully and make them part of your thinking. And don't forget, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow.